Warmest greetings, wild ones. It has been a long, long time. We are thrilled to be back here with Emerald Endings, and I am thrilled to be again with these wonderful people you see around me. I am Bran. I will be your DM, and when I am not here, I am sleeping on a couch, being covered by cats, and it's a wonderful existence.
Hello, I am Corey, or Celtic Scribe. I am Tholdrum, the wise dwarf mage, and it has been a long time. I've missed you all, and I hope you are doing well. When I'm not streaming, I am having my nose pressed in a book that I've either written or that I am reading.
Hello, Haro Chaotic here, playing Kiwi, and when I'm not streaming, I'm like playing World of Warcraft or Minecraft. Like, I do the video game. When in doubt, don't forget to yeet.
It's been so long.
I know. Hi, I'm Bree. I'm Feta, the halfling cleric. You can find me on Twitter at bookworm7894, and I will be scattered throughout the channel for the next couple of weeks. But when I'm not streaming, I'm sleeping. And that's pretty much it.
Hi, I am Thomas, also known as Nonstop GM, or DM, sorry, it's been a while. And I will be playing Helena, the human sorcerer. And while I'm not here, I'm lamenting technology by the fact that it doesn't work for me. No, you did.
Dark greetings, everyone. I'm Velvet, or OG Brown Sugar, on the interwebs. I'm playing Ursula Skilla, the Siren Bard, and whether in meat space or cyberspace, I'm just your resident chaotic gay.
Fantastic.
Meat space?
Yeah, I know the mind riddle of that meat space.
Is that the same as a meat dragon?
I wasn't going to
Yes.
ask.
Meat dragons exist in meat space.
Okay.
That's the reason.
Amazing.
When we last left our heroes so very long ago, they had achieved in their efforts to collect the second seed that they were hunting. They had traversed the mage tower and uncovered its secrets and uncovered the head mage, which held their prize. They looted to their heart's content. And with very little preparation, they were instantly whisked off towards their next destination. I don't remember if we started it, but let's go ahead and have that nice flash of the teleport. As you become corporal again, you see the first thing is just a wall of icy mountain, not far from you. It just seems to keep going up and up and up. Just looks like craggy shards of ice layered one on top of another. As your eyes adjust to the brightness of the sun bouncing off this pure ice, you will begin to notice that there is most definitely a village around you. But the thing you're going to notice more than anything else is the sudden, almost overpowering smells coming from this area, scents, overwhelming and just delicious. Spices that you can, just by being in the general vicinity, you can kind of taste it back there, but you may not recognize it. You may not know its name, but it's intriguing your senses.
Yeah, Kiwi's drooling.
As you're able to further scan your environment, you do notice that many of the huts and the yurts in this area, there does seem to be various smoke coming from each of them, of different colors and different flavor textures coming from them. All of them seem unique. All of them very intriguing.
Oh,
Based on the like the structures of the buildings, do we know what kind of village this is? Like what the inhabitants are like, or do we see anyone?
I'm gonna say, on first glance for these buildings, it appears to be orcish in nature.
Okay.
At least in the design, you notice the structures are a little more primitive than where you were recently in the Mage City, in the Wizarding City. With that, you do see quite a few people, not just orcs, making their way through this village. There is that hustle and bustle of people, at different stalls, haggling and talking, things being purchased, and people doing their day to day.
Is the headmaster still with us, or did
He is.
stay? Oh.
Yes, he is.
Headmaster, what is with the smoke in these homes? It's quite interesting color and aroma.
He's kind of glancing at this area like he's familiar with it, but it's been some time. He does have this very excited, kind of look, and you see, the hidden jewel of the Green Tongue Island. No finer foods you'll find in the next, I'd say, 5 continents. Come, let us eat.
Oh.
I will like to point out you did eat not that long ago, but the expression on his face, it just seems to have, completely escaped him.
Kiwi is right behind him. She is ready.
Thuldrum kind of just raises his eyebrows and kind of pats his stomach. Well, I suppose I could snack a little.
So the other thing you're going to be quick to notice is how warm this actual area is. Almost tinging on that sort of a desert dry, despite being right next to this, you can clearly see snow, just over the ledge kind of thing. But the village itself just has this warm dryness to it all.
That's pretty cool. I was expecting to be a lot colder.
Headmaster, kind of. Why is the surrounding village not affected by the snow?
Well, not all magics reside just in the Wizarding City. He, points a little green finger towards these bright orange crystals that are just kind of emitting light near the center of this village.
Ah, so those are fire crystals? Am I correct?
Correct.
So that's how they emit their heat source. It's very resourceful, actually.
Oh, most definitely. They have spared no expense in making this the absolute best place. He's already, kind of glancing at the different smoke shacks, as it were. In a way.
I lean towards him again as we're walking and just ask him another question. Headmaster, will you stay with us for a while before we have to be on our way?
I could spare as he's trying to talk, he's kind of still glancing over towards one of the food stalls. Yes, I think a bit of my time is yes.
Are you hungry? Oh. Do you want to get some food?
Well, that sounds lovely. I think we should.
Let's have a meal. Anyone else hungry? He kind of
yes,
flourishes his hand to the rest of the party.
I'm willing to try some new stuff.
If they have sweet things, I don't see why not.
Ah, so you're looking for dessert.
I suppose we could start with dessert.
Start with dessert.
Start and end with dessert.
Cake for dinner, cake for dessert.
Don't tempt me.
Yeah, he pads along ahead of everyone, and leads you to one of the huts. And as he pushes, the flaps open, sort of holding it open for the party behind him. Inside is definitely much more elegant than the outside would have led you to believe. It looks like a bakery that you would see in a much larger, well, in a city, and in a grand city for that matter. The various just sweet and slightly acidic tones of different berries just being baked in the ovens, and the different breads is just, sort of pushes out once the flap has been opened and just kind of hits you all individually in the face as you make your way through.
That smells really good.
I think I haven't smelt something so fragrant since I left home.
It's warm. It's a definite change from the smell of rotten corpses. Pleasant.
He does do a bit of a stop and a turn back to
Yeah, I feel like
Ilion, as you say.
I feel like I want to ask, but I also feel like I'll regret asking.
Oh, we can talk later.
Okay.
I think Thuldrum's going to turn to Ursula and be like, what's suiting your fancy as far as food goes?
Oh, dessert. Dessert is a meal in itself.
Oh, okay. Also, I did have a intriguing question. Being from the sea, do you partake in fish, or is that something you forego?
Oh, you're cutting off guard, but she eats fish. She would.
I thought you offended for a second.
I was like, oh crap, did I?
Silence was so well.
Purely
Inter-party
intellectual,
conflict.
purely intellectual question.
Starts a fight immediately.
This is what happens when scholars have questions. We have no tact.
No boundaries.
I love it.
Nothing is off limits.
No rules.
You'll notice at a counter, which displays some of the various pastries and confectionaries that are here, a rather young, fairly handsome elven man. You can see that he has clearly been at work, probably nonstop. The apron is, speckled with, various foodstuffs. There's a bit of flour, on his face where, he did the quick wipe and continue his work. But he watches you all come in and sort of stands back so he can admire your admiration for his craft.
Yes, hi. I would like a sampler, please.
He chuckles softly. A sampler? Yes, of course. Why not? And does a quick, bit of work behind this counter. And there's a delicate little leaf-etched plate that he sets before Kiwi and has just, about 6 little bite-sized cuts of different desserts.
Kiwi looks at it and then she just puts the whole plate in her mouth and then pulls the plate out.
I was about to say, you probably want to make sure you get that plate back.
Respect.
It's very good.
Very good is a bit of an understatement.
It's very tiny.
Out of all the things you've tasted in your relatively short goblin life, none of it's quite hit like this. You're not certain if someone can put magic in food. Or rather, you weren't certain till this point.
my god, it's magic.
It is, there's something inspiring that suddenly hits you. And then there's something, from your past you've long forgotten that suddenly just, catches you in the back of your head, and you're just suddenly flooded with emotions.
Oh no.
I just visualize Kiwi like literally streaming with like those squiggly anime tears. Just like...
More squiggle vision.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Is it any good, Kiwi?
He's leaning back, holding his chin. He's like, well, that's not generally how I would do it, but
the best.
clearly the customer is always right.
Oh, you're right saying that.
Tholdrum's kind of like, is there like a menu or anything like posted or?
I'm gonna say, yeah, there's a slate with what's on chalk that's written on there.
Okay, he's just kind of like looking at the menu, like stroking his beard.
Yeah. Elfman glances and kind of looks like he can test his skills. Goes behind the counter and cuts a little slice off and sets it on a similar plate in front of Throldrum. It's a odd-looking bread, almost a grayish tone to it. The scent itself is very kind of almost a barley hint to the air.
Ah, so what is this you call?
This is one of the more popular dwarven dishes. It's a dwarven ale bread, and not just a normal common one. No. This was taught to me by a royal chef.
Oh, really? I wouldn't think you'd have dwarven bread all the way out here in these parts. This is fantastic.
Oh. A recipe secret to Hammerfall, please.
Nice little slip in there. All right. Well, he just kind of gracefully lifts it off of the leaf and rips a piece off of it and just sticks it in his mouth.
You have had troubles with your people in the past. Troubles uniting, understanding each other. And this moment here, you have a very strong idea of what dwarven pride feels like. You suddenly get that flash of, the forge fire and the hammer and, the strength that is involved with that, and just the brotherhood and the unity that the dwarven people have. And for a moment, you get it.
I think Tholdrum's reaction is going to be very primal in the sense of like, if he's truly feeling that, it's going to be just like him slamming his dwarven fists on the table, the freaking bread just like hopping like a foot in the air, and just him like with stars in his eyes, just like, yeah, I taste home.
I've never seen him this animated. Oh my god.
And then he just kind of like, excuse me, that was more than quite good.
You can see just that smile creeping further up on his face as another perfect match, kind of.
It's crazy that you brought this up, Bran, because literally I was thinking in my head as Tholdrum, like, I wonder if they have like rock cakes or something, like.
Well then, Magic Man, let's see what you've got for me.
There's a bit of a glance at you. Yeah, let me see. Something sweeter, no holding back on those, I feel. He pulls out a small cutting board and sets this sort of, looks like it's just a powdered puff pastry, and just kind of carves into it. He just has this, kind of mild cream on there, and he slides the board your direction.
Sort of inspects it just a little bit, and then just.
Without going over the top, it's a sensation of almost warmth. At first, you feel it's almost like that blessed rum you had back in our pirate town, but this is different. You can almost feel it kind of coursing through your veins for a moment, almost like there's just this flashing pump of hot blood, and then it fades from.
Just a very silent, just like.
I think Foldrum's gonna be like looking over at her, which is kind of like a grim face of like, she's smiling. Should we be worried? Like,
well, now, who's next?
Me.
He does a glance at you, trying to read you a bit. I think something from my home would be most appropriate. Yeah. Reaches into a little case and pulls out. It looks sort of like a flat cookie. It's itself seems to have intricate line work traced into it before it was baked. It seems to have various seeds or maybe herbs, just kind of sprinkled on. He, kind of cuts off a fourth and slides a little plate your direction.
Feta just picks it up, kind of turns it in her hand, and then just bites right into it.
All right.
Very excitedly.
There's not a huge effect. It's tasty. It tastes very nice, but I mean, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, I am this island. I am this nature. It flows through me because it is me.
Feta's high off her ass.
And there is a brief sense of, you almost feel like your feet being rooted into the earth below you.
This is a weed cookie.
please somebody get her a bag of Cheetos stat.
These schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
I'm gonna say.
That's good.
I'm gonna say further than that. You can hear soft muttering voice coming from the west.
From the west. Can I understand it or make anything out?
Not at this point. It's not aggressive by any sense. It's just a soft muttering voice. But you can hear it just from the west of where you are.
I think Feta's just like wide-eyed and quiet.
Yeah, you're where Helena's was a flash. Yours is just kind of you're there for now. You're not
No, it's like an edible when it hits. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere for the time being.
Just sort of looking over at Feda, just sort of.
Feta's faded.
Hey.
She okay? She seems a little.
You're only half baked though. You gotta get it full baked. So
All right, everyone. Hashtag Feta's faded. Do it. Make it trend.
Put up those W's and
That needs to be on a T-shirt right there.
Oh my god.
He gives a in your brief moments of cognizant and awakeness, he gives a knowing nod your direction.
Perfect.
He then, glances over to Ursula. Kind of looks a little perplexed on this one. He rubs his chin. Just looks at him, staring at him. What do I offer a goddess? Yeah. Leans into his case and pulls out this little, looks like a tiny glass chest. Kind of, opens up the little lid and sets out this tiny little cookie. On it does seem to be gold inlay and what appears to be 3 pearls set on there. And slides it over your direction.
I'll take it very daintily with like the thumb and pointer finger. And then I think and this is probably the first time you've seen this from Ursula, but I think she'll like, in a very quick flash, like peel back her gums to like show her sharp siren teeth and just like pop it into her mouth.
I don't know if Ada could handle that.
It'll be like a bad dream. You won't remember.
It'll be great.
You're too faded.
Yeah, currently you're not.
I think when Tholdrum sees that, he like kind of hides in his hood or whatever, but he's also sort of drawing what he just saw.
like looking through like the 2 fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to get eye holes for your notebook.
Right. Just like that.
Ursula, you feel yourself just sinking down through this earth. And you just, more than that, the earth fades, the rocky terrain, the sand, the dirt, the sore legs of having to walk just pulls away, and you just feel yourself just sinking. And you just find yourself in this vast ocean. And every movement, now that you're just suspended in your home, in your proper place, every movement of your hand just sends ripples of water, miles past your fingertips or the kick of a leg. It just seems like the whole ocean itself just seems to bend to your will.
I'm faded too. I assume like she does the whole pupil dilation, like Bruce the shark from Finding Nemo. I've like astral projected into like a sensory deprivation tank.
And very quickly you return back into the shop at hand.
I think I'll give him a knowing nod, and then turn to Fada and give her the knowing nod.
I think Tholdrum's gonna turn towards the headmaster and sort of in a delighted, accusatory tone, just be like, with all of this overly extravagant food, one would think we are in an herbal dispensary.
He crooks his head. Did you want to go to the spice district? They have anything you could need.
It's not exactly. Yeah, never mind. This is delightful.
I have to ask, sir, how do you make these confections? Like, where does there's clearly power or something here? Where does it come from?
Yeah. After doing his fantastic presentation, stands back proudly. Just years and years of experimenting and learning and training.
Well, what I wouldn't give to have a chef with us on the road.
Yes.
The headmaster, nods. It was wonderful.
Wait, what?
Hmm?
What was that exactly? What did you just say?
Having a chef on the road.
So when you had your party, the
Mhm.
one that went to the Green Tongue, you had a chef.
Oh, yes. The greatest chef in these parts, and some would argue this side of the world.
Is this him?
Headmaster glances over at the elven fellow. They lock eyes for a moment, then both of them start laughing.
No,
So-
Foodland. I think he was taught by the chef.
The elf is, chuckling to himself. And he's like, you flatter me well beyond my place. No, I am not the one who accompanied our headmaster here.
Does anybody else hear that voice?
You're fine. Just focus on something particular.
Could I get some water for her?
Beta,
please?
don't talk.
Could I-
You can't breathe underwater. You'll choke. Ursula's just like dilated pupils and like squiggly anime tears.
Wait, I think I have a spell for that.
Our Zoidberg clack.
Just like a silent voguing.
Yeah.
No one can see the ripples but her.
Our elven gent returns with a tankard for water and hands it over to Tholdrum.
And he just kind of slides it across the bar to Theta.
just starts sipping from it wide-eyed.
Stay
need
hydrated.
You-
Trying to pay attention.
You need water because you're a plant. It makes sense.
Oh my
And-
gosh!
I need to see
So
how Feta
happy.
performs photosynthesis.
That's a,
Oh my god.
Why are you trying to make us high out of our minds?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm so happy.
Oh my god!
so this chef headmasters that followed that went with you. I assume he got a how would you say, a piece of the pie that you all received.
He nods knowingly. He did.
Where can we find him?
Well, if you're lucky. Yeah. Glances up to the elf. Does he have a new class going currently? New recruits? The elven fellow nods his direction. Oh well, just a short trip to the mountains, and there you'll find him.
And does he have? Do you remember his name?
Oh, of course. You do never forget meals like that. Old Goretooth.
Or that explains the decor.
That's a quite an unconventional name.
Well, I assume his parents had different plans for him.
Most likely. I mean, my parents had very different plans for me, and look how I turned out.
You turned out wonderful. He claps a hand on your shoulder.
Oh, you should send a letter. Just remember, you're a headmaster. You're going to be a headmaster soon.
Brian, I have a question.
Please.
Is the chef's full name Goretooth Ramses?
I was expecting someone to make a joke.
I was expecting someone to make a joke too.
I didn't even put it together.
See, I was honestly
'Cause you're a
expecting
plant.
you were going to call him Guy Fieri or something like that, but that's better. Oh,
You don't know his full name yet because you haven't met him yet.
jeez.
Are we going to what's the freaking word? Are we going to Flavor Town?
A town, a flavor.
Town of Flavor. The Town of Flavor. Townstead of Flavor.
Much like the zone of danger.
You're in the town of flavor.
Wait, is this what this town is called?
No, but I mean, colloquially, you know,
It should
It's
be.
euphemism.
passing, yes.
Yes. I'm
So-
surprised all the inhabitants here aren't well overweight and rubbing their cheeks against the ground with each step.
Well, most of them are here perfecting their craft. Generally not a whole lot of tourists here, which is wonderful, I think.
The best kept secret.
Yes, this is where they hone their skills and set off into the world and make wonderful things for me to eat.
That mean that all of the places here are this delicious?
Yeah. For a moment, he locks his eyes, super serious to Kiwi.
Oh.
You're going to relax. You don't put yourself in a food coma. We need you. You can do it later.
I gotta go with this food.
He kind of leans in to whisper to the chef. By any chance, do you have any places around here that serve crystallized candy? I believe.
I'm positive we do. I tried using it a few times and I didn't find much value in it, but I'm certain you can find it.
Perfect. He kind of taps. Gosh dang it! I'm drawing a blank right now on names. Okay. Thinking. Never mind. I'll go back to it. Come back to me.
Headmaster, is the mountain dangerous?
Oh, goodness, yes. Yeah, I wouldn't be caught alive there.
Well.
Or dead.
Well, you wouldn't catch
No.
me dead there because I was alive and not there.
This is way too much for Veda. Galaxy braining. She's just like,
Oh, go ahead.
there was no dialogue. It was
Okay.
she's just there like,
Kind of taps Fada on the shoulder. Say, Fada, would you like to partake with me on a small little journey to get some crystal candy?
I don't know what that is.
Oh,
But
it's
okay.
delightful. It's basically solidified sugar.
Oh. Yes. Very much so. Does no one else hear the voice? No one else hears this.
No, dear. You're
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure that's just you.
If you say so.
Now he kind of like pats her on the back and like leads her towards the door. Now tell me, what is this voice saying?
Kiwi is following.
I don't know. I can't make it out.
Okay.
I just know it's to the west. Do I still have working legs? I'm still walking, right? Like you can see my feet.
Well, you're not a ghost, so you're certainly not floating. That's for sure.
I feel like a plant.
You're corporeal, and you're not a plant. I can tell you that much.
Doesn't that just make you grounded?
Oh. That was a... Where were you, Velvet?
Yeah. What the hell?
No, I love that. I was waiting for it. It's okay. I trust Fate as well rooted in reality to come back.
Damn, fuck you all. God damn it.
I think Ursula is a bad influence on Kiwi.
Absolutely.
So is everyone making their way out candy hunting?
Yeah, I think Tholdrum's gonna like pop his finger up and just like, oh right, and he digs into his coin bag and like puts a few coins on the counter. Thank you so much for the sampler.
Wait,
Nods
but
appreciatively.
I want more.
Well, then you can pay for it, dear.
I will. That's what I was trying to do.
I think you've had enough. I think you're 3 sheets to the wind there, dear.
He
I don't know
glances.
what that means.
He leans your.
What?
Quick question before we leave. Headmaster or sir, do you know where we can find warm clothing for the journey up the mountain?
The elven fellow nods and motions towards the huts closer towards the mountains. There's where most of the trainees and would-be's set themselves up.
Ah, well, thank you.
Yeah, wraps another 3 of these flat herbed cookies, ties them in a little package, and sets it down in front of Fada.
Pays them real quick. Puts them in her
I
pocket.
will
We hope I
also
don't
buy
forget.
some more stuff.
Thuldrum kind of like very in a paternal sort of sense asks Fada, would you like me to hold on to those?
Buy your own.
That's
So
not
honestly-
what I meant, but okay.
That's exactly what I was waiting for. Can't steal my cookies.
Get your own heads, bro.
Shit's expensive, man.
Yes. Very well. To find candy and warm clothing, we march.
We march.
Headmaster
Candy.
waves to the elf, and they make your way out. Say, Kiwi, your keen senses are working overtime here. Despite being just peppered with 1,000 new smells, you're able to track what seems to be the scent of browned sugar, of burnt sugar. Not in an acrid way, but in a nice toasted way. And you're able to very easily pinpoint the building you think you're looking for.
I will lead everybody, just being like, candy that way, that way.
Follow the goblin.
I want to see what is the lineup here. How's this going down?
So I think I'm sort of leading. Well, now I think Kiwi's leading with the smell, but I think I'm following close behind her, and going sort of a beeline to whatever the candy store is.
I think Fada's trying to stick close so she doesn't get lost.
Yeah, I would imagine Helena would sort of be at the back, just keeping an eye on because is Ursula still out of her gourd, or is it just Fada?
I'm gonna let you decide.
I mean that cookie looked like it was of high quality. I'm gonna think that might last a while.
Yeah, I would, I guess, be at the like let's say Helena would be at the back just to make sure those two don't wander off or get lost. I think
Linda's
sort
our
of keeping an eye on the
chaperone.
back. Yeah, just like
All right. You make your way to another little hut, and as Kiwi dives through the opening, you notice a candy shop that puts that one in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory to shame. Not the actual factory. The Candyman can.
you guys joke. I still can go to shop.
I imagine there's like just like a on near the counter or whatever. There's like a line of just different colored crystal, like rock candies, basically.
There is actually a wall
Ooh.
of rock candies. Brilliant colors. And you'll notice there seems to be little, just tiny hand picks for you to mine at your rock candy.
I think Thuldrum's just gonna like basically have a flashback of his childhood of like his like the dwarven like parties and fairs would always have rock candy and everything in this typical dwarven theme. And he's gonna go over to one of the little pick things and start like with a bag, just start chipping away at like different colors.
All right, what is everyone else doing out there, Vendor?
Do we have the eerily similar to but legally distinct enough version of a Wonka bar?
Yes. There's definitely a almost said a horrible thing for that candy bar.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna say yes. There are chocolate bars wrapped in gold foil. That various types and sizes.
I hear chocolate
One.
is actually good for the cold, so it's a good find.
I want to know Kiwi's reaction.
And where is our Kiwi?
Yeah.
Kiwi is standing in the middle, eyes this big, just drooling.
There's an elderly looking gnomish man, obviously on a tall stool behind the counter, watching you all as you walk in and marvel at his wares.
Hello, sir. Sorry that some of my compatriots have gone a little quick to just dive in, as it were. We were interested in your little confectionery shop. It's very pleasant.
No, that's why it's here. Please, buy it all.
Don't think we have that kind of gold, but we will.
Is there anything you seek? Anything that calls out to you?
I think only our dwarven friend was the one more interested in the rock candy wall that you have. Other than that, I think everyone else seems content. Kiwi, dear, you should probably stop drooling and.
Thuldrum kind of leans over to Kiwi as he's like still filling up his bag with like bits of rock candy. You don't have to just stare, right? You can actually like pick things that you want.
I can lick them?
No, don't lick them. Unless you intend to pay for them.
Unless you intend to discover what magic is in it.
Oh my god.
He was going to start very carefully just walking around and looking at everything for a minute.
So Thuldrum's going to like place his bag of rock candy that he's chipped away at on the counter. Good afternoon, sir. This I think this will be all.
Excellent. A taste of home.
Ah, yes. It's been many, many years since I've partaked in some rock candy. It definitely brings back memories.
He nods. That's why we do what we do. He writes up a little form. It's like 10 silver.
Oh, by chance, do you have any magical confections?
There are some interesting things we have here. What do you seek?
Maybe something along the lines of prank candy.
Oh. How vicious are you thinking?
Oh, nothing too harmful. Just enough for a deterrent. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. Goes to there's the jars behind the counter.
For obvious reasons.
Says, "Now we got some dragon fireballs." So there's these little just tiny red orbs that just glancing you almost can taste your taste buds being burned off. And some good old swamp chew. Sets that down.
Ooh.
Oh, these here. The regrettables. They will taste like rotted eggs.
Aptly named.
Will the regrettables make anyone vomit instantaneously by chance?
Oh, yes. Most certainly.
I'll take 3.
Excellent. Separate bag.
Yes,
Pops with
please.
his own little...
Fulgrim, why do you want vomit-inducing candy?
You never know. We could be in a tight situation, and who doesn't like a good candy? We could get out of some tight spots with this.
I don't deny your logic. It's just strange. That's all.
Oh yes, I don't deny it's strange, but one must be practical even with the most silly of things.
And he is kind of keeping an eye on everyone else. Not like watching you to pickpocket. Just just
I mean, it's a sweet
seeing
shop.
if he can.
Come on.
Yeah. Just seeing if he can be of
We are
service to
pretty
anyone
shifty.
else.
Fulgrim's gonna take out some more coins and pay for his candy.
Thank you, young man.
No, thank you.
Enjoy.
Theta, are you going to decide on anything, or are you just gonna sit there like a planted pot?
I'm trying to figure out where the voice is coming from.
Oh dear. Okay.
Is there chocolate?
Yes, there's plenty of chocolate.
Excellent.
Would you like caramel or nougat or peanut butter?
All of the above. No.
Okay.
Caramel's my favorite.
Okay.
And Kiwi, have you decided on anything?
Yes. I want that. And she points to a very large, like, white, multicolored, speckled ball.
Of course she
Oh,
does. Of course she does.
Jawbreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Nettie would
My
be proud.
gosh.
Oh, hi. There's a little sweat down the brow. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Kiwi, you do know you can't chew that, right?
She has shark teeth. I'm pretty sure she'll be fine.
That's a challenge.
Okay, if you chip a tooth, I'm not fixing it.
She
Normally,
opens her mouth to show you that she just has like a shark jaw, like there's just teeth behind her teeth.
normally I have to read a warning, but I don't think that will do any different. So I'll just bag this up for you.
Thank you. She slaps a coin on the counter.
Little twine bag tied up at the hands, just this like 4 pound of
Yeah,
jawbreaker in your direction.
I'm imagining the minute like Kiwi puts it in, it's just like Ed, Ed, and Eddie, just like,
Uh-huh.
just like the hugest.
That's exactly where my mind was.
I think Thuldrum's gonna kind of like look. He's gonna just be like kind of window shopping a little bit while he's waiting for everyone else. But I think he's gonna also see like like there's gummy confections. He's gonna point at like a bag, and it's like literally gummy jellyfish, and he's gonna be like, hey Ursula, look, jellyfish.
That'll do with Fulgrim. That'll do.
You're proud of yourself on that one, aren't you?
Everyone else was stealing the good puns. I needed one.
So warm clothing, yes.
Yeah.
Meat first.
We've been apart for way too long.
Yeah, literally.
What was that, Kiwi?
Meat first.
Have you not had enough to eat already?
Do you
Why would
ever
you ask
have
that out
enough
loud?
to eat? Like,
Oh my gosh. She is a black hole of food, that one.
You've seen her eat entire plates, of course. Like literally the plates.
Yes,
you
but
know
I,
that this
I assumed there would be an end eventually.
Rookie mistake.
Yes.
meat, meat, meat.
Excuse me,
Have-
sir. Yes, do you have a
Yes.
meat person here? A butcher of sorts?
Several there. You can't but trip over a butcher in this area.
Which one's the most popular?
Well, what are you looking for?
Meat.
Yes. Something special, something strange you're looking for?
No. She just wants
I'm
meat.
I'm not offering human.
I mean, I'm not really that kind of goblin, but
Wait, what? What do you mean, eh?
Ursula will just whisper to Kiwi the most dangerous game.
Helena suddenly feels very frightened.
maybe something a little exotic, but delicious.
Okay. So when you leave this shop, you look straight to the south. You'll see a hut with blue banners hanging from the door. I think that will bring you to something interesting, something a little different.
Kiwi's out the door.
Are there boars on those blue banners?
No, there wasn't. you are trying to catch me.
Don't act like you know him.
All right, and I believe we are actually coming to a break. We've worked so hard thus far, and I think a break is deserved.
Oh yes, worked so hard eating hot confections and shopping for candy. So hard.
Getting high.
Do you know
Gotta
how
play
hard
hard
it
to work
is for
hard.
Kiwi to control herself in a candy shop?
Yeah, I was getting like to be fair,
I'm,
Kiwi
I'm
has-
surprised there was not just that tongue draw across.
She was well behaved. I'll give her
Kiwi is
that.
truly the best of us.
Yes.
All right, we'll be back in a few. All right, welcome back. That was a hot minute. We do have an announcement we want to make real quickly, and I will turn us over to Bree.
Yeah, if you've been keeping an eye on our socials or have been showing up to any other streams on the channel recently, you probably already heard about this, but on October 16th through the 18th, the Terrible Party Twitch stream will be doing a charity weekend for the Center of Suicide Awareness. We'll be playing multiple different games by a bunch of really great DMs, a few who are currently in this game. The first game will be a heart game at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Bran and Thomas will also be in there as well as me. So we hope to see you there, because it's going to be a wild weekend. I'm excited.
There's also spooky storytelling night. Everyone seems to be forgetting about that one.
Oh yeah, spooky scary telling. You're right.
I haven't done any work, if anyone's wondering.
That is scary.
Amazing. Yeah.
Awesome. Definitely excited. Can't wait for that. All right. As our hungry adventurers trample through the city, we're going to move just a little ahead. They make very quick work of the butcher shop. So intricately titled, "Sweet meats are made of these."
Just amazing.
I had just this image of like the butcher just sweeping the floor and then just suddenly having this shiver, and then a storm is coming. Seeing Kiwi just running
that
down
broom
the
drop.
Throws the door open like an old western. There you go. Perfect.
And our party, I assume, with a bit of a filled tummy and probably some supplies that they'll tell me about later. They make their way to the, I'm going to say haberdasher first, because that's just a fun word to say.
Haberdashery.
All right.
Nice.
To the north of the village seems to be a small clothing district, generally set for those about to venture towards the mountains or any of these colder areas surrounding this village.
I'm assuming Feda's still going through it.
I'm going to say you've probably mellowed out a bit from now.
Okay.
It's probably, you found a balance there.
Right on.
The whispering voices no longer seems of great concern, but still there.
Yes.
Right, as you enter the haberdasher, again the inside of the building speaks an entire different language than the outside. There's that rich tanned leather scent, and the different dyes used to color the felts and the fabrics and everything there. It's a very craft scented place, but the range of clothing or hats in there is impressive. To something that is just for form and function, and there's stuff that is just for peacocking, just things of magnificent splendor.
I think Tholdrum's going to search for the winter robes section.
All right, easy enough to find. The first layers seem to be almost purposefully for almost camouflaging, hiding yourself. They are, the bright whites and those icy blues that one could ideally hide themselves in such a terrain.
I think he's gonna pick one off that's sort of like kind of like a mix of like pure white but also grayish tints.
I know exactly what Helena is going to go for. I'm not going to be amazing at describing it, but I will send a photo to everybody, like to you guys, and I'll try my best to describe it for everyone else. But it's a very, I guess, Victorian style, large, puffy shoulders with a nice warm sort of like shawl, and one of those hand warmers. The hat, I guess, she will leave, but a very like elaborate and design is the sort of thing she's going
wow,
for.
that is fantastic.
I love that.
The minute
Just
I was
a
like,
very,
winter
very,
clothing,
very much what a lady would wear.
a very
is,
Victorian lady.
Yes.
That's the best way I can describe it. Victorian winter, because that's how I googled it.
When this airs, go to bookworm7894 on Twitter, and I will post it because I'll be in the chat during this. So, I'll
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, I forgot you can do that.
I'll let everyone see what we are seeing because it's pretty fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, note to remember that. As for Fada, I think she's gonna be very practical with it. I like the idea of her getting something to blend in some icy blues. That's nice. So she get probably a coat and then like a cloak to throw over it, and maybe just kind of a knit cap, icy light blue knit cap, because I am a big fan of those and have like 18 just right over there. So I think she wants to be like, I think she'd get a new pair of boots too, just to make sure she stays extra warm. She's not used to a lot of snow, I don't think. So.
What does a kiwi look for in a finery?
Oh, Kitty wanders around, and she's gonna find like specifically goblin boots with the fur, and then she's gonna sort of find like a blanket, really, and just kind of roll around until it's wrapped up. And then she's gonna ask that her really awesome like wizard hat, if they could just line it in fur so that it's warm. And like, because she had cut like little ear slits in it, she needs like little ear warmers.
Oh. That's kind of adorable.
I had an image in my head of Kiwi for some reason just wearing like a full lion's pelt and just running around.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really digging this like repurposed socks.
I mean, yeah, that's like it's way better. It is way better, but
Like
the image
hamper
of...
couture.
Yeah.
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 Oh, I think Thuldrum, being the stout dwarf that he is, like even though he has a hooded cloak, I think he likes the idea of wearing like a nice knit cap. So basically, he's going to find something very similar to a Santa hat, and wear that.
Hey man, layers is important.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But it's going to be kind of like to go with the white sort of warm coat. It's going to go with like an icy, almost like basically like an ice blue.
Oh yeah, everything that Kiwi picks is a different color, even the 2 ear warmers.
Perfect.
The gentleman at the table is thrilled to try to construct this from your hat. He begins, put insulation of fur in there, and tailoring the slits and the socks, and he's working, happy to have something new to create in all of this. And Ursula, what does Ursula seek?
I think she'll layer up, but I think the main event, as it were, is gonna be just like a big puffy like Cruella de Vil style like winter coat, but it's gonna have like hints of like mint green and magenta and silver, like Northern Lights type of thing.
Love it.
That's so cool.
And she's gonna do a dramatic over-the-shoulder look and give you some blue steel.
Right on.
I really think we need to see it right in action, though.
With fashion souls through D&D, I didn't think it would be possible, but
We're just gonna be like
voguing everywhere.
voguing.
Exactly.
Can we walk in a line as we leave the store and just like slow motion?
In slow motion.
Like, yeah.
I don't see any other way for you to leave this store.
One of us is like doing a hair flip.
The hair flip, and then we all just stop and we just like pose like this with the wind just like blowing behind us.
There's a
In
bunch
the
of camera
background,
flashes,
One of
but
the
no cameras.
blows up for no reason.
Yeah. No,
I
the
love-
fire behind. There's like a big bonfire behind us. It just roars to life. Like, like
Oh my
You make-
god.
You make that description, but you've got to remember that Helena walks with a really bad hunch in her back, so everyone looks all fabulous, and then she's like, just sort
Got
of
like a stunt
in her
double for
great,
Helena.
it's like a
elegant,
swamp witch. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
in a great elegant gown, but then just like just sort of like really hunched over.
oh man.
Oh.
Sort of ruins the aesthetic just a little bit.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's perfect.
Has everyone made all their selections?
Yeah.
Yes.
Eesh.
All
I would
right.
I would also like to ask, is there any what should I say? What is there any attractive seamster or seamstress in this store?
He's not conventionally attractive. I mean, he's not hard on the eyes, but he's rather plain.
Oh, okay.
His beauty comes.
I have standards, okay,
His beauty
Bree.
comes from his craft. You can definitely see his heart is in everything he made.
Attraction
Even
is a part of the
Even
concept.
the ear socks for Kiwi are obviously lovingly, stitched and fitted just perfectly for her ears.
Does he pull like a Build-A-Bear? Does he stitch like a heart on the inside of everything?
Oh yeah, he has his maker's mark on everything.
That's. I love him.
Just before
Aw.
we leave, Helena, well, sir, we were told that all of the people who go up the mountain get their clothing from you. So, do you know anything? Because we have been told there are dangers. Do you know anything that we should be keeping an eye on?
He does a little glance towards where the mountain would be in reference to him. Says, "Well, I can tell you for certain. A lot of adventurers have brought back some very interesting pelts and skins from their times in the mountains. I can tell you, at least at some point, there were dragons there. I'm positive that there are various, all sorts of strange primordial creatures, just thick pelts of animals that I am generally not familiar with, but are just incredible to work with. I don't generally venture out of the town. All I can say is they've brought back some very terrifying things.
Interesting. And I should have asked someone as we came, but why is the chef or what was it again? Gortooth. Why is he up this mountain anyway?
Well, I'm afraid I'm not among his culinary students, but apparently there are flavors you can get only in this place, and he seems to be working to create something. He does not go to teach students. Students will find him and generally interrupt him, to my understanding. I've seen enough of them come back down the mountain in a huff and attempt to return some of the finery they purchased to get there.
Interesting.
Something tells me we're not going to be welcome immediately as we arrive.
I hope some of you are good cooks, because I certainly am not.
I think we're stubborn enough to make it so he listens to us.
Very
I
good.
mean, after
The
dealing with
headmaster, that's the spirit.
Oh, you're still here. I thought you were
Yes,
good wolf by now.
I'm pretty quiet. Usually, I'm up in the tower. I don't really talk to anyone. So,
how long has it been since you've been out?
oh, every year or two, I'll hop down, visit a village or two. I got some more shopping to do here before I make my way back, but not too often now that I really reflect on it.
Well, you certainly need to get more sunshine.
Yeah, I probably will now. Yeah, he opens up his maw and points to the missing tooth where the seed was.
Ah, quite. I get your point.
I suppose I now have to live every day like to its fullest.
As we should.
Well, he cracks his fingers, and you should be able to follow the path up to find Goretooth. I would assume the safest way would be to stay near the path. I would not do it myself, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
And on that
I'm
note,
not even.
And with that,
Feda's like, healing potions. That's what I forgot.
Don't we have some? Didn't we get some from the caravan the broken down caravan that we that I
it was a group effort.
decided to destroy. Kind of twiddles his thumbs.
Did we have some from that?
Well, there was like two like
You
little
You got two of
vials,
them, as I
yeah.
recall.
I also remember I remember there being healing potions from the tower that we grabbed.
No. Feda was making sure she had enough gold, repeatedly asking if it was enough to buy a healing potion.
Oh. Well, then that's something that we need. We need healing supplies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that Veda and myself can keep everyone's bodies in motion.
Relatively unmaimed.
I didn't say unmaimed.
I said unmaimed.
That's a lot of expectation. Maybe just temper that a little bit.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna cry at every paper cut, but at least like if I lose a limb, can you reattach it?
Don't know till you try.
Oh my lord.
Oh god. Well, I forgot we had those two from the caravan then, so it's not as important as she thought it was. Like, oh, okay.
You
yeah.
did just want to get jettisoned here, to be fair.
Yeah.
It was
Yeet.
very sudden. We got yeeted. Yeah.
And then she got high. It's been a little bit of a muddy kind of couple of hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fair point. Do you think would be a good idea going up the mountain? I know you're possibly seemingly getting better, but don't want to risk you coming down in the worst moments.
Yeah, I think I'm okay. I think if we wanted to head out, we could.
Is Ursula still okay?
Am I Bran?
I'm gonna say by now you should be.
Okay.
Should be. That's the.
Again, I'm
Should is the operative word.
I mean, this is me assuming, but I think Ursula might be better suited in this next area because we're basically going to be around a lot of frozen water.
Ice is what they call it where I come from.
Okay, Bran, my bad. Jeez.
I think he was
I
just
was
kind
just-
of emphasizing the point of water being part of
No,
it.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Didn't know this was about roasting Celtic all of a sudden, but okay.
Amazing.
As you discuss your we'll say confidence in heading out there, you hear a soft voice in the wind. That's the spirit. And it's actually just the headmaster several shops over, but he's still yelling at you. Piling meat into a bag.
He clearly has what's that spell? It's like, is it whisper or something like that? Like
Message?
Oh yeah.
message? He can send it
Message.
from far away. Like
Kind of thaumaturgy his voice from over there.
mm-hmm.
Well,
So what is your plan?
Well,
Ups
is
and
everyone well clothed? Do we need anything else before we head up the mountain?
What time is it?
Snacks?
We got snacks from the meat place.
We
Got
got plenty
meat
of
in the
snacks. We got
back
candy.
seat.
We got snacks. You got food on food on food. You're good.
I also think I have a spell. I can create food if we need it.
That's.
why would you tell her that?
Can you just
If-
do that anytime?
No.
Oh.
So what you're saying is you're actually that spellcaster from what's that one anime? Black Clover.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Deep cut.
Wow. Oh.
Hey, she's
Okay.
a badass, so I don't know what you can.
She is a badass
It was
because
just- that was-
she summons giant sheep to do her bidding. So like.
That was just a poll. This spell, Kiwi, is only if we need it.
But I need it.
You don't. You're okay for now.
your Kiwi is like 3 feet away from a stall serving
Yeah.
food.
It's the delivery thing, you know. So why go pick it up when it can just come to you?
Something tells me Kiwi has never gone a day without missing a single meal.
And it's
Kiwi
Hobbit
is
style
rough and
meals.
tumble. Kiwi was wandering around the wilds for a while.
Doesn't mean she can't eat.
Spell and it won't let me.
Oh boy.
What
Well-
say you, brave adventurers?
Climbs the mountain and see all these strange monsters that apparently this seed is creating.
Yeah, and what time is it at this point?
I'm gonna say it seems midday. It's really hard since any semblance of the sun is currently blotted out by this mountain, and it
Okay.
just seems to be reflecting the light, so it just looks very much like midday, despite not being able to see the sun.
So yeah, we could go.
Yeah, so actually, real quick, just headmaster,
Ah,
real quick, how long do you think it'll take to talk to Gortooth or get to him at least?
yeah, kind of squints towards the mountain. No, not too long. I think he's not all the way up top. That would be silly. Yes, the bag of spice, please. And
Well, thank you. Yeah, we should be fine.
Oh, and one more thing, Headmaster.
Mm,
I'll see you again soon for all of those classes.
you'd better. He's clearly not using a message spell. He's just yelling across.
Of course he is.
I love it.
All right. And with that, our adventurers face the great mountain ahead of them and take their step forward. And we are going to stop there for tonight.
If we come across an angry snowman, I'm throwing a fireball at it.
Yes.
Where's my pen for unrelated things? Thanks everyone for joining us. I know this was just a Absolutely delightfully goofy game. I loved every moment of it. So good to be back, and I cannot wait to see what happens next. Thank you all.
Yeah, and don't forget about the charity stream.
And do not forget about the charity stream. That would be the 16th through the 18th, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct.
Oh, wonderful. There are some very fantastic games that are going to be played. Heart, I believe, is one of them. I believe there's a Call of Cthulhu. Could be mistaken.
There's two.
That
There's
sounds
also
like one. Call of Cthulhu, two of them. Wonderful.
two of them. And one of the games is going to be run by our very own Harl. Chaotic.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Urban Shadows.
And Urban Shadows. Can you tell me a little bit about Urban Shadows?
Oh, Urban Shadows is very interesting. It's a Powered by the Apocalypse game, and it's spooky.
That is all I need.
You'll also
Awesome.
see my wonderful face in that game as well.
Yes.
Fantastic. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I know we're going to see each other before then, but I'll see you then as well.
Yeah.
Also, stay tuned for the next episode. Will Thuldrum find love? Who knows?
Celtic wants to make this a dating
What
sim.
will Kiwi lick next?
No,
We'll
I
find
just
out.
realized we're climbing a mountain full of ice. She's going to be covered, just licking every icicle she sees.
Oh, no.
and getting
It's gonna get her
stuck.
tongue stuck. It's gonna get her tongue stuck.
Oh no.
Write us your predictions. Give us
God,
your
no.
predictions.
Curious.
Little triple dog there, Kiwi to lick the blood.
Oh my god.
Oh, well, she can't back down from that now, can she?
Oh god.
If I have to melt your tongue off of something, I'm gonna be pissed.
I have to kill you because of that, I swear to God.
Just adding fuel to the GM here. Just
Oh no.
So
giving it
funny,
up.
though. Alright.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good
Yeah.
night.
Oh.